Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
It's true though, isn't it? Terrible defeat against Middlesbrough and you think, yeah, that's it, no point now. And then they go away and get a fantastic result at Loftus Road. And we needed a fantastic result at Loftus Road. Huddersfield have got a win today. We don't want to get caught adrift of them. And whilst we can't focus on other teams' results, we need to just focus on what we're doing and win all our games where possible. You've got to take them things into account, ready for the final table. It was always going to be a big ask, and we're talking last week and saying that after Middlesbrough defeat, this was going to be one of the biggest weeks of the season. QPR, Norwich, Stoke, and we've got to be looking at taking 6 points from that, and what a big ask it'd be. As it is, typical Wednesday, after an abject performance on Monday, we then go away to Loftus Road, a team that's been in decent form, get a 2-0 win and keep a clean sheet. I mean, our away form's been poor all season, but go there, clean sheet. I mean, we've conceded goals for fun. I think we've conceded most goals on road this season. Although, ironically, and typically Wednesday, we've also got the best number of clean sheets on road. Go figure, as the Yanks might say. Anyway, Danny Rule not impressed, just like many fans, about the performance at Middlesbrough on Monday, and he made 5 changes today. QPR, Begovic in goal. Right back was done. Is he related to the kid who used to play for Man City, I wonder? Cook and Clark-Soul to the centre halves. Parle at left back. 2 older midfielders, Hayden and Field. Willock, Anderson and Chair, the head stover, playing on left wing there. And Armstrong at centre forward. 5 changes for Danny Rule, obviously pissed off with the performance the other day. Beadle in goal, a change to a back 4 as well. Iofor in at right back. Centre backs, Bambo Diaby, Michael Hickway. Left back, Akinfenwa. Liam Palmer reinstalled into midfield with Barry Bannon. And then a supporting 3 of Poveda on the right, Ugbo and Josh Windass returning to the side. And a rare start for Michael Smith at centre forward. So, I switched to a back 4. I like that because I like a back 4 anyway. I think there's less confusion, less numbers in there. But I think people know what the jobs are. All players, at any stage of game, they've all played at least some part of the career in a back 4. Most of them's probably brought up on a back 4 as youth players. So, I'm pleased to see that. Less confusion as far as I'm concerned. Good to see Poveda back in action. I'm surprised he were back in action. Obviously, he pulled up his hamstring the other week and I thought that's his season done. So, a bit surprised to see him starting today. Nice to see him back in the squad though, along with Windass and Callum Patterson. Big fan of them. Experienced players, and I do think they're going to be vital on running. As I said, that shape, sort of 4-2-3-1. I've seen some people saying it was a 4-4-2, and I don't really see that myself. Although I suppose when teams had Peter Beardsley playing for them, they probably thought that was 4-4-2, but even 30 years ago, Beardsley dropping into that little number 10 position, before people played a number 10 position and people talked about 10s and 6s and all that. Chill. Anyway, so some people might see it as a 4-4-2, but not for me. Very lively start to the game. A lot of sort of thrusting from both teams. Quite nervy. They had a few early attacks. They got the lad up front, Sinclair Armstrong, something like that. Lively played him. But Wednesday themselves probably created the best opportunity at first half. Fantastic ball from Bannon out wide. Poveda beats his man. Fantastic cross into the box. And Windass, I've seen that about 10 times, and I've got to be honest with you, I still don't know exactly what's happened. Is he trying to edit? Has he fell over? Whatever's happened, he's very unlucky he don't go in. That's the way I'm looking at it. He's about a yard out, it hits him, there's goal gaping, the Lord of Averages, he probably bounces off his arse and goes in. Goes wide, and that's when you start thinking, oh, is that the bad luck we're going to have? 10 minutes later, Pervader, again, ball out to the right hand side, chases after it, pulls up, it's that hamstring, and that would worry. I were a bit concerned that he were back in starting line-up today, because hamstrings, once players have got an hamstring problem, it's Tampak's job, innit, in 1 week out for 3, and I thought, what with that and Windass miss, that might be a sign of things to come for afternoon. As it is, younger Sarma's come on, it's ended up being game changer. For afternoon, very tense. It was tense here because Wednesday got a free kick in first half. I thought it might be a penalty. I jumped up and I'm supping that beetroot juice at the minute. It's meant to be good for me. Electrolytes or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I jumped up. Deliver. Ref! Beetroot juice everywhere, and God, it's ruined that table runner that OWLS has got, and carpet. Oh, fraught when she got in.
What's happened?
Wednesday had a penalty claim. And it just got knocked.
Why did it get knocked?
Because I jumped up.
Why did you jump up?
Because he only gave a free kick. In hindsight, maybe it was a free kick. I think he made contact behind the line. It'll come out that.
It's James, I told you, it's beetroot. They use beetroot to colour clothes. It all needs, this whole area needs sorting out, because you're creating your own little mess.
Office.
It's like your car. You're creating the same chaos as your car and your side of the bed.
It was a good first half from Wednesday. I liked the shape. Palmer and Bannon in there getting through a tremendous amount of work. And the back four, like I said, nice and solid, tucked in when they needed to. Obviously we've got Iofa down the right hand side, he'd come in for Valentin. He'd got a tricky afternoon on his hands against that chair. How he's playing, considering what he's wanted for, I don't know, but nevertheless. And I thought he dealt with him all afternoon. And they got a lot of lively players at top end at pitch. But Wednesday got a solidity to them and a work rate that we just didn't see on Monday. They were solid, they were focused, they were getting through work, they were getting up and down. I mean, we actually played some nice stuff at times in first half without particularly having end product or final ball. 4 or 5 nice passes and then final pass just letting us down a little bit. But for an away performance, I thought we did really well first half. Yeah, I've skipped quite a bit at first half, mainly because my notes were completely ruined because there were beetroot juice all over them. And I don't know if you've seen how darkly that dye stuff. Couldn't see a word of what I'd written. Wednesday tech lead, 58th minute. It's actually a good spell from Wednesday. It all starts Palmer receiving it off back four, and Wednesday's back four really giving us a width. Iofa gets out on one side and Famel gets out on the other side, really stretches wide, pulls chair and kid on the other side with it. Smith really pulled them wide, created the gaps in middle. Palmer received, nice move Wednesday up inside left channel. And then when it gets worked out to the other side, Iofa and Gassama does brilliantly, really. And it's a lucky goal in the end. But he's made it. He's still made it. He might be lucky, but he's made it by persevering. He's got round 2 men. I mean, there's about 2 or 3 men in front of him to beat. He's got to byline. Fantastic footwork to get through him. Okay, albeit the sort of square ball gets cut out in the end, but Isaac Hayden goes to clear it. It's Gassama who's still carrying on to close down, and that's what I talk about. You make your own luck. It hits him on knee because he's back at net, but for me, it's a fully deserved goal for the effort that he put in. Just after goal, QPR, they're losing their rag a little bit. There's a couple of players, the lad up front, he's arguing with referee about a tussle he's had with Diaby. Saltiger's mad, you know, he goes in for the tackle with, I think it's Smith, and they both go down, and he's having a right go, and it's obviously knocked him for 6, this goal, and you know, Wednesday are trying to take advantage of that. A little bit of time wasting, I've got to be honest, can't lie about that. Beadle's taking his time, although it did lead to a comedy moment. He's been warned a couple of times with his goal kicks. They had a shot, I think it was called Anderson, their lad. Didn't really trouble him. Simple body shot, you know, no sting on it. So he's just took it in chest, and then he's doing the usual goalkeeper trick, you know, he's took it on chest, and then he falls down forward onto the floor to try and take a bit of... He's barely at floor, and he looks up and he sees ref scrabbling, and he leaps up and throws it out to the full-back before ref can get his card out, and ref's like... So he's got himself out of a booking there, Beadle. That were quite funny. It's one of them bizarre things. QPR's coming into the game a little bit more, but Wednesday are still having plenty of possession themselves. It's evening out a little bit, and we're committing men to attack, which is obviously good. You want to see your team attack, you want to see your team score goals, but although QPR were sort of having more at ball at that stage, when we were attacking, we were getting numbers forward. When we were losing it and they were countering on us, I was just worrying we were looking a bit stretched, and what I didn't want to happen was for us to go looking for that second goal and then get picked off on counter-attack. That was a little bit of a worry, but that's where it's tricky being a manager, and you probably won't want to be in Danny's shoes, because if you tell your lads, let's commit a few less forward on attack, you're then inviting it on, aren't you? So it's that toss-a-coin situation, but it was becoming very end-to-end. QPR were pushing on to try and get back in game, and I was getting tense. I've got to be honest with you, I was getting tense. I think partly because it was unexpected for us to be leading at that stage. I wasn't expecting us to be winning this game. I was hoping we would, but then when it happens, suddenly, hang on. Because it would have been, and it has been, a fantastic 3 points, but the tension was palpable. They make a triple sub, QPR, they bring that Dykes on, Morgan Fox come on, ex-Wednesday lad. Fox, I always thought he took far too much hammer, but there always has to be a whipping boy, don't they? So they went to a back three, really started pushing wing backs up then, and Chair was coming inside a lot more, trying to get shots. He had probably 2 or 3 from 25, 30 yards where they were getting inside and trying to keep Iofa busy by the other kid going up on overlap and taking him away and creating that little bit of space. The lad Armstrong up front for them, he was a right handful. It was a right handful afternoon. It was a brilliant bit. Wednesday had been on attack. This is what we're talking about. We having to be careful on counter. We'd squeezed really high up. The Chair was deep in their half, and he picked out a fantastic ball over the top, long ball over the top. And credit to Bambo. Absolutely brilliant. Them two. I mean, it was a foot race. Neither one of them gave in, and Bambo just made sure it ended, got strength just to ease him out of the way and see it over the line for the goal kick. But fantastic bit of defending from the big man. In fact, there was another one maybe 2 or 3 minutes after that. Immaculate timing. This time it went in box. He got through, but ball weren't going to run out. There was just enough backspin on it. It was going to stay in. Perfectly executed tackle, slide tackle in box. Get that wrong, it's a penalty nailed on. Brilliant tackle. 80 minutes. Danny changes things, Valentin comes on, Pedersen comes on, and we change to a back 5, and it's like we were talking about earlier. I could understand it because we were looking a bit susceptible to that counter. You want that insurance policy in there. On the other hand, are you inviting it on? You know, and this is where managers, these decisions are make or break, aren't they? Because if he goes to a back 5, they keep coming on and they equalise. He gets slaughtered for that decision. he gets slaughtered for it, you know, being negative, putting extra defender on, you know. It's like subbing Bobby Charlton against Germany all over again, do you know what I mean? But we were getting a little bit stretched, a little bit tired, and understandably so, because the lads worked the socks off this afternoon. I mean, when I compare this performance to what we saw against Middlesbrough, absolutely chalk and cheese. They've really worked the bollocks off today. So Danny's gone to a back five, Pedersen goes to sort of left back, Valentin right back, and we just shuffle in with three middle. And it worked for us. Like I said, Dave bought Dyke, so he's a big unit. He likes to put him centre back. In fact, I think he got booked in about 2 minutes of coming on. So understandable, actually, I thought. It's about 5 minutes left. Pedersen gets, I can't even call it a tackle. It weren't really a tackle, but QPR had a little spell. They worked it sort of all the way across our 18-yard box, and they had this spell of about, it don't sound long, in real time. It was about a minute, but when it's at edge of your box, that minute feels like an hour. They were working it in and out, left and right, and they looked like they were going to get in on the right hand side of box, and Pedersen just managed to stick a toe out, just managed to get a toe to it to put it out for a throw. And it's them little fractions. It really is them little fractions that make all the difference, because that were probably QPR's best spell. I mean, they were really starting to sort of turn the screw at this stage, and I thought, if they're going to get one, it's going to be in the next 5 minutes. And typically, that's when Wednesday scored. It all starts with a throw-in on far side. Gets worked into that sort of inside left position near halfway line, and then a little through ball, and Gassama's done brilliantly. He's just had a look across, and he's one of their lads in middle, and he's 2 yards deeper than everybody else. He's timed his run to perfection, gets through. He stalls his run. I didn't think he'd spotted Masaba. I didn't think he'd spotted him, but he just stalled his run up, and then a lovely ball across. I was actually going mad a bit, because the angle of it, I thought he should have crossed it with his left foot. I know it don't matter, and it's a wonderful ball, but this is things you're thinking in build-up. I thought if he sweeps his left foot round it, it brings it back away from keeper. But because he went with his right foot, I thought if he gets too much on that, he'll kill nicely into the keeper's path. But he just managed to get enough on it, you know, just straight enough that Masaba would in. Lifted it into the net, 96 minute, absolute pandemonium there. And what a result. 2-0, clean sheet. Like I said, the performance with chalk and cheese from Monday night, it couldn't have been any more different. We were resilient, we were tough, we wasted time when we had to. I mean, I don't like it, nobody likes it, but that's a modern game and everybody's got to do it. We took the sting out of it when we had to. The 1 or 2 times our players went down when they were having a bit of momentum and probably bought 30 seconds. I know it gets added on at the end, so you're not losing the time, but it can sting, you know, the momentum at opposition. The dark arts, if you like, we've done them well today, but we've headed, we've kicked, we've tackled, and we've attacked at pace. And like I said, in first half especially, we've used ball really nicely at times. So an unexpected win, but a much needed win, and a really, really fantastic result for us. That end of game, you know, the support this club gets, it never ceases to amaze me. I mean, it's very rare I get to away games, but every week watching it, the noise level, the support they get. It was the same at Middlesbrough actually on Monday night. They were 2-0 down, and I'd got Middlesbrough commentary on, and they were like, that noise, oh, it's Wednesday. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe what they were doing. The support this club gets is absolutely phenomenal, and great to see scenes at end with players and fans celebrating together. And I'm a bit of a soft touch, Meg. You know, I love to see that. I'd rather seeing that than jeers and you're not fit to wear the shirt and stuff that sort of that you see more regular in game these days. I think Danny rolled out here, could see how much it meant to him. You know, bizarrely, there was a load of QPR fans wanting the photo took with him, which slightly odd, but I'm just one of them guys, innit? Yeah, fantastic result. More important to me than the result, I know this is going to sound stupid. A clean sheet, I love a clean sheet. But more than the points was the performance, because that now gives me hope going into Norwich, going into Stoke. It was the performance. One of the other things that annoyed me about the Middlesbrough game was a sort of lack of cohesion that we got in the team. You know, people are knocking a pass, the kid they're knocking it to's not looking, or he's running it the other way, or somebody clicks a ball down channel but somebody stopped the run and started coming for feet, and very disjointed, very, very disjointed. But today the passing were a lot better, the movement were a lot better, and that's on top of the basics that you would expect, like the work rate and the determination. And like I said, more than the points are fantastic, but more than that, it's the performance today that I've enjoyed. They've really, really stuck to it, got stuck in, and give it a going attacking third. 3 points on board, vital points as well. That table is tighter than a duck's arse. So the table then, Rotherham United down there below the red line, relegated the other night against Plymouth Argyle. I watched it actually, it was a really poor game of football. Wednesday's win puts them up onto 42 points, and it shows what a vital win it was. Birmingham lost today, they're level on points with us, so we've clawed back on them. Huddersfield Town though, 94th minute winner against Millwall at home, puts them onto 43 points, pulls them away from us again, a chance to overtake them. The defeat though does keep Millwall down there as well, puts them in clothing distance of Huddersfield. Plymouth, obviously their win against Rotherham the other night, puts them on 44 as well. Stoke City, 2-2 today against West Bromwich Albion, 2-0 down. Manoff and Vidigai pull goals back for them. QPR and Blackburn Rovers on 46 points. What did Blackburn do today? 0-0. 0-0 with Southampton. That's a way to stop the rot, isn't it? Clean sheet against Southampton, but still tough as you like at bottom. Wednesday in 23rd position, Blackburn in 16th, and just the 4 points between them. It's going to go that last bleeding day, innit? It is going to go up wire, but there's still points between now and then. 4 games before Sunderland, Norwich, Stoke. I really think we can beat Stoke. Out against Norwich a bonus. Same again at Hillsborough, lads. Right, nearly time for bed for me. Ooh, man of the match. Big Bambo. Absolutely fantastic. That Sinclair, really strong, powerful player. Hard running, powerful, quick, got him behind a few times, and Bambo's matched him every step of the way. He's given her 18 too. And considering it's Ramadan and lads hardly been eating, even better. Fantastic performance from Bambo, man at match. Right, night folks, or morning if you're just getting up. Okay, no. Try not to spill anything, Jane.